Right now at 6, a judge blocks President Trump's plans to freeze federal aid. Governor Evers pens the president for answers on the order.
And a Wisconsinite secures a position in Donald Trump's cabinet.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A federal judge has put a pause on the Trump administration's freeze on federal grants and loans.
The judge blocking it until Monday at 4 p.m. The president's freeze could cause disruptions in healthcare research, education programs, and other vital programs. Governor Tony Evers sent Trump a letter asking for more information, saying in part, with very few details and specifics available, Wisconsinites and millions of Americans who are rightfully alarmed and concerned by this unprecedented decision are left scrambling.
Wisconsin lawmakers want 2 different justices off a collective bargaining case. Republicans want Janet Protasiewicz to recuse herself from a lawsuit challenging Act 10. Democrats want Brian Hagedorn to recuse himself. Act 10 has restricted the bargaining power for most public unions since 2011. A Dane County judge in December ruled that that was unconstitutional. Republicans say Protasiewicz prejudged the case while she was running for the Supreme Court in 2023, while Democrats say Hagedorn should recuse because he was Governor Walker's chief lawyer who helped originally write Act 10. Neither justice is indicating they will step aside. A former Wisconsin congressman is America's newest transportation secretary. The Senate has confirmed Sean Duffy with a 77-22 vote to serve in President Trump's cabinet. The 53-year-old Duffy pledged in his Senate hearings to show tough love to Boeing and to protect subsidies for rural airports. He previously represented northern Wisconsin in Congress from 2011 to 2019.
Controversial cabinet pick Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will have his confirmation hearing tomorrow. He's being tapped to lead Health and Human Services. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin, who sits on the Health Committee, weighed in on RFK Jr.
He thinks he knows better than the experts about vaccines. He thinks he knows better than women about reproductive care. Look, he has been a leading purveyor of misinformation and conspiracy theories, particularly around vaccines.
Some Republicans, including Mitch McConnell, have signaled concern over Kennedy's views on vaccines.
Well, absentee ballots have gone out for voters in La Crosse. The ballots are for the February 18th primary elections. Remember to sign the certificate on that envelope. In-person absentee voting opens February 4th and will close February 14th. The deadline to request a ballot is February 13th. And the DMV wants to help you vote. It is offering free valid state voter IDs. You just bring an ID application to a customer service center. You'll also need a birth certificate or passport, a document with a signature or photo, and proof of residency.
School officials in Eau Claire are clarifying protocols when it comes to government entities like immigration and customs enforcement. In a letter to families and staff, Superintendent Mike Johnson says even if an administrative ICE warrant is presented, the district is not obligated to let them execute that warrant on school grounds, stating, quote, "Not granting access in these circumstances is a matter of preventing the school from becoming a law enforcement zone and thus disrupting the educational environment. ICE agents, like other law enforcement agents, have the capability of enforcing warrants elsewhere." School cell phone bans could be coming to Wisconsin. A new proposal is being led by Republican Representative Joel Kitchens. He's pushing to ban phones and electronic devices in K-12 classrooms. The ban would be during class time. Many schools currently have phone bans, but Kitchens thinks they're not being enforced. Kitchens is seeking more GOP support for this bill.
Oh, plenty of sunshine around here. I think I took the wrong time today to walk the dogs. It was earlier in the day and it was pretty windy out there, Greg.
That wind was there too, but definitely it did decrease a little bit, but still the wind was a story. But along with that was the warming temperatures, and with no snow cover on the ground, we easily got into the 50s for a lot of locations, especially for the west to go. In fact, La Crosse did hit a record at 54. The last old record was 49. This won't be the last day. I think we'll see records, but overall, there's all your 50s now up to the north toward LeClaire and to Ladysmith. A little bit more snow cover. It's hard to get with the snow cover to get those temperatures into the 40s and beyond, even with the wind, but even mid 50s as you go, even upper 50s as you go into northern Iowa too. too, given they have no snow cover. Now, winds were quite breezy, quite strong earlier. They've died off a little bit, but there's your sustained winds. And of course, the higher elevations in the areas of northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota typically have the stronger winds than they did there. The winds have decreased a little bit. There is a front to the north. Precipitation with this is still in the UP. It's really not going to be the main focus overnight, but we will see more cloud cover come in as this front kind of slides back to the southwest. It'll bring a little bit colder air with us toward tomorrow, but this evening, wind will be the story. Still very mild, 37 at 10 p.m., but the wind will be still continuing. And La Crosse, very similar story with that wind once again. Now, if we break down and look at it later on, we'll kind of see what the temperatures look like for tomorrow, which is still above average. And then we do have record level temperatures coming for Thursday, and we'll show you how high we'll get a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Well, the verdict is in for 39-year-old Deontay House, who faces drug trafficking charges. Today, Deontay House was convicted on 4 charges, including possession and intent to deliver methamphetamine in a school zone. In 2018, House was arrested in Onalaska for drug possession with intent to deliver cocaine, heroin, and meth. Police also found about $25,000 in cash and additional drugs during a search of his home and vehicle.
The man accused of a Northside shooting death has pleaded not guilty. 28-year-old Cody Allen was in court today, accused of killing 42-year-old Justin Betts outside a bar January 19th. Police say an argument led to the shooting. Allen held on a $1 million cash bond.
The man accused in a Tomah stabbing is bound over for trial. 18-year-old Leo Pugrum is being charged with first-degree intentional homicide after an incident on December 12th. Police responded to a victim at Tomah Health with stab wounds. Pugrum and the victim were allegedly involved in a fight in a parking lot. Pugrum is held on a $25,000 cash bond. His next court appearance is set for March 10th.
Well, the family of a missing Sparta man speaking out. David Wolf is 76. Police say he went missing 2 weeks ago today. Wolf was last seen January 14th on the 4900 block of Barrel Road. Earlier today, we spoke to his daughter.
Our greatest concern is that he left without medication, he left lights on, and he had 2 cats that he loved his cats. He would not have left without telling someone to take care of those cats.
Now, it's believed Wolf left in a 2008 gray Buick LaCrosse, that plate number 774NEJ.
Well, good news in the fight against opioids. Overdose deaths are down in La Crosse. According to Amplify Health, there were 55 unintentional overdose deaths here in 2023. That number dropped to 17 last year. Health officials attribute the decline to access to Narcan and access to mental health services.
It's great to see the number go down. It's something we've been looking forward to happening for a long time. We knew that all the work we did would take a couple of years before you'd start to see things turn. And hopefully this is a trend that will continue and we're actually seeing things turn the right way.
While the doctor is happy with the results, he warns that there's still work to do to keep the progress going.
Voting has kicked off for the Minnesota Department of Transportation's Name a Snowplow contest. 50 finalists have been chosen after more than 7,000 names were submitted. The public will now vote for 8 winning names. Finalists feature musical puns like Chili Eilish and Notorious B.I.G., as well as athletes in the state like Anthony Sledwards. Voting closes at noon on February 7th.
Wisconsinites are out of work after a retailer's cut.
Plus a look at the 2025 housing market after a slow 2024.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slow or clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. so when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it.
Right now, receive 0% APR for 60 months and up to $2,300 off BX Series tractor packages. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
For anybody in this region who is facing mobility issues,
I'd recommend Access Elevator because I know Jason.
the thing that sets Jason apart is that commitment, that passion for making life more pleasant. He will help you think about how to make your life easier in ways that you have not thought about.
There's no second guessing. I immediately say, call Access.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Kohl's is laying off hundreds of positions in Wisconsin.
Yeah, the retailer is dropping 10% of staff at its corporate headquarters in southeast Wisconsin. The decision comes as a new CEO takes over for a company that saw declining sales all of last year.
Now, a statement from the company says half of these cuts are unfilled positions, but Kohl's did not confirm how many filled jobs are included.
U.S. home sales in 2024 fell to the lowest level since 1995.
But there was some momentum toward the end of 2024. Michael Yoshida joins us with more on what home buyers and sellers can expect this year.
After crawling to a near standstill in 2024, can a new year and a new administration jumpstart the U.S. housing market?
Looking ahead to 2025, our projection is that home sales will start to improve.
Still, two serious headwinds: housing supply and mortgage rates. Buyers and sellers have spent the past few years in the grips of the lock-in effect.
To sell your home and get a new home, you're trading in a 3-4% mortgage for a 7%, a little bit under 7% mortgage, and that's painful.
Supply beyond existing homes has been tough to find too. As prices continue to rise, experts say meeting market demand with more affordable new construction has its own challenges.
It's the only way for builders to get product sold, and they are, but their costs are increasing, and that's likely to continue through 2025.
So what signs of hope are there? Experts say falling interest rates could lead to lower mortgage rates and help with the lock-in effect. Also, there could be a Trump bump on the housing market, with the new administration potentially taking steps from tax cuts to more pro-business policies and even deregulation.
We know already that roughly $90,000 of the cost of a new home is compliance with regulations and various fees. So it seems like there's ample opportunity to revisit those regulations and try to cut back to find more effective solutions to help address this housing shortage that we've seen.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Wait for Food Pantry stepping up the fight against hunger.
How the new refrigerated truck is making a difference after the break.
Yeah, we're going to cool down tomorrow, but we're still going to be above average, maybe just not as much as today. But then we're going to flip around and see maybe record temperatures Thursday. We'll break down what those temperatures look like Thursday and what's going forward to this weekend with the possibility of some precipitation. We'll break that all down coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
Live at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star. Larry Stewart of Restless Heart. Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas. Together as the frontman at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. Valentine's, February 14th. The music of Lone Star, Restless Heart, and Little Texas. Tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. The frontman, Friday, February 14th. Must be 21 or over to attend.
Brad Schimmel, prosecutor, attorney general, rule of law judge. Schimmel put pedophiles behind bars, took on criminal illegals and cartels, protected kids and seniors from abuse.
Law school taught me the rights of the accused, but justice for the abused is denied all too often. I'm Brad Schimmel. On the state Supreme Court, I'll apply the law equally, because everyone has the right to feel safe.
Schimmel, for justice.
SNC
teacher. I think it's important that students here in Wisconsin become proficient and ideally strong in math.
We need to keep teachers like you here. That's what motivated UW-Madison's Wisconsin Teacher Pledge program.
By covering the cost of tuition, the Teacher Pledge enables us to teach in areas and subjects where we're needed the most.
We're working to fill these gaps, and those who benefit are the youth of Wisconsin.
When we stay in Wisconsin to teach, that's a win for everyone.
One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Cat Amper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Wait for Food Pantry is getting help in fighting hunger.
It has a new refrigerated truck. It'll transport perishable food collected through the pantry's retail recovery program.
Yeah, that program rescues leftover food that would otherwise be wasted. Donors helped secure this new truck.
Given the climate of donations and the need that we have, it was critical to be able to have donors come together to make this project happen.
Last year, that recovery program collected around 1.5 million pounds of food.
Well, it felt a little bit warmer out today, and as you mentioned, windy.
Yeah, that wind was definitely a factor, but we're going to have some days where it's downright spring-like, Greg.
Yeah, definitely. We're still under this pattern where we do have a lot of wind with the jet stream overhead. We have these weak systems come through, a cold front, warm front. They pass through fairly quiet regards to precipitation wise, but we get cloud cover and we get wind, and that's what one's coming through right now. That front's going to kind of sink south overnight. It's going to stall to the west and kind of lift back north as a warm front coming into Wednesday night, and that's when we'll really start warming up. But we still got this going on, which could produce a little bit of shower activity, and I'll show you kind of when. Right now, most of that should be off to the north as the front is well over by the UP right now, and it'll begin to sag south. But for the evening, it's still going to be the wind. It'll be the main story. More clouds as you go further north of I-94, but gradually we'll start seeing more of this cloud kind of sink south throughout the night. Precipitation-wise, probably not much going on until later in the night or early in the morning when the front gets at least closer, and you'll start seeing a little bit of that for the morning commute, but really hit and miss. In a lot of areas probably will not see it. You can see a little bit of blue streak right there forming along that front that could produce a little bit of light snow or flurries for the morning commute. It looks like the best shot for that is along the Mississippi and westward, but eventually as we get towards 10, 11, that begins to break up. Then we'll start seeing really it begin, as you see, the clouds begin to lift back to the northeast. The winds begin to turn around, means the warm front's going to lift north. So going into Wednesday evening or Wednesday night, the temperatures may drop a few degrees in the evening, but they're going to start coming back up towards Thursday morning. As winds we mentioned, we've saw 20 to 25, even stronger. We'll see that a little bit this evening and overnight, but it will start to turn a little bit to the northwest and decrease. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be more probably in that 10 to 15 mile per hour range with some isolated areas a little stronger. These will continue through most of the day and then become maybe light and variable during the afternoon. There's that little bit of snow flurry activity that could be in the morning. Temperatures overall still about 10 degrees above average, but about a 15-degree drop in some areas from what we saw today. So it will feel colder, but still for the end of January, not too bad. And then as we go to Wednesday night into Thursday, if I can talk there, these temperatures are about midnight, and then they'll start to rise towards Friday morning as the wind turns around to the south. And there's our highest temperatures we'll probably see in a long time, and potentially for another long time as we go towards springtime. But mid-50s potentially in a lot of areas, given that we don't have snow cover. The winds will be out of the southwest, about 10 to 15, so there will be a little bit of wind, not like the wind that we saw today. Cloud cover a little bit more in the afternoon. Now record highs looks like definitely we're going to see that in La Crosse. We already set one today. Eau Claire could come close. This temperature may be a little bit low. We'll see. They do have a little bit of snow on the ground cover. Otherwise, we're looking at temperatures on the backside of another front sliding south brings our temperatures back down a little bit for Friday, but overall, still not bad for the end of January. This will be in the 40s. We do have a little bit of a front system that'll be approaching far southern areas as we go to Thursday night and Friday, but if you look at all this precipitation going into Friday, the system is still tracking to the south, so we're not expecting any of this. But if you got travel plans going down to Illinois for Friday, it looks like it's going to be kind of wet with that system. Otherwise, we do have a little bit of snow with the system coming through Saturday night into Sunday. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, the trend going into next week is to get those temperatures back to where we should be as we go in the first week of February. So enjoy the stretch, because we'll be back to where we should be by this point next week.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, perfect Panthers. Royal basketball is on top of Division 5, and they say one focus has been a huge part of their success. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Get ready for the big game with Spectrum. Welcome more excitement into your home as you enjoy the best TV streaming experience. Spectrum brings your entire family together with the fastest, most reliable internet so everyone can enjoy all the sports and entertainment they love. Cheer on all your favorite players on football's biggest night. With the touch of a button, Spectrum puts you at the center of it all so you never miss a play. Get in the game and save with Spectrum Internet Premier for only $30 per month when bundled, plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-877-959-1722.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Tri-us app today.
Susan Crawford. She's the prosecutor who locked up violent criminals, the judge who's kept them off the street, and the leader who fought for abortion rights. On the Supreme Court, she'll look at the facts and uphold the law. Fair, impartial, common sense. That's Judge Susan Crawford.
For me, being a judge is really pretty simple. There's right and there's wrong, and I'll always do the right thing for Wisconsin.
We're live in the heart of Wisconsin, where once again a new multiplier family of games from the Wisconsin Lottery has come to play. I've never seen anything like it. It's the X family of games, with prices from $1 to $20, and a chance to multiply prizes up to 100 times the prize shown, with top prizes up to $200,000. Now that is something. Available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
We only have a few weeks left in the basketball regular season, and there are only a handful of teams still unbeaten across the state. One of those, the Royal Boys, who are a perfect 13-0 coming into tonight. They're the top-ranked team in a loaded Division 5, and they're winning by an average of 35 points. It's a mix between experience and hard work. Just 2 years ago, the Panthers made it to the state tournament, and a handful of this year's seniors were a part of that group. They played in a bunch of close games, but Coach Uppana says the biggest difference maker is their drive to get better each and every day.
It's been a dream to coach this group of kids simply because they do whatever I ask them to do, and they want to be good, and they're intrinsically motivated. That makes it, very easy for a coach to get the job done.
Now, the team can score with the best, but their bread and butter is on the defensive side of the ball, holding teams to just 33 points a game. Pressure leads to steals, and steals lead to fast break points, something that both the team and the fans love to see.
There's not a lot of teams that like playing defense, but if you buy into the system, buy into what we tell you to do, defense is going to be so fun because it's going to create energy within our gym. And, the fans get into it, stuff like that. When we get wide open fast breaks, they know that's what we like to do, so they get on their feet for that.
We have a lot of seniors this year, so, this is our last run. We can't leave anything on the floor. We just got to keep pushing.
Up and on Lipke are averaging a combined 36 points a game, and they're just 2 of the 8 seniors with hopes of a deep playoff run. The Panthers look to notch win number 14 tonight as they're hosting Cashton. Well, 20 games in the Badgers season, they sit at 16-4 and are top 30 in the country in scoring offense. It's not the Wisconsin offense we've seen in the past with slow pace and working the ball inside. This year's squad is averaging about 10 points more than those teams that made it to the Final Four. And Carter Gilmore says it's as fun playing in it as it looks.
Everyone's so unselfish. Everyone makes the right play, makes the extra pass. So when you have guys like that, it makes it so enjoyable. And the coaches this year have really just been emphasizing playing with confidence, going out there, shooting the open shot, making the right play. So this has been by far the most fun I've had playing basketball.
And it should be a high-scoring affair tomorrow as Wisconsin will face Maryland, who's averaging 83.4 points a game this season. They've been fun to watch, guys. Badgers shooting a lot of threes, making a lot as well. So it's been fun so far.
I like how he said they're unselfish.
Yes.
And they're just he's having a great time doing it. That's what it's all about, right?
That's it. All right. Thanks, Jacob.
All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Everybody likes something for nothing. Now at Home Furniture, when you spend $4.99 or more for something, like this dining set, you'll pay nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and pay nothing for shipping. Shop your favorite furniture and mattresses and get them with nothing down, nothing for interest, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping. Now that's something. The Something for Nothing sale going on now at Home Furniture.
Belt Ford Tough Trucks, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get over $10,000 in total savings on a 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, tonight, windy conditions really be the story. Otherwise, we'll have some cloud cover increasing a little bit towards the morning. Could see some few flurries. It will be a little bit colder as we go through tomorrow, but we're still above 10 degrees above average. Then we're going to flip around Thursday to go into the 50s, record highs for many locations. We'll have another cold front. We'll dip back down to the 42 range, which is still above average. And then we do have some precipitation. We'll keep an eye on for Saturday night and Sunday, especially as you go further north. We could see some snow. And then next week, we go back to where we should be. Low to mid 20s.
A little taste of spring this week.
A little bit taste.
Yep.
I'm going to be living it up this week.
Thank you for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.